Hi, everyone. Good evening from Arizona. Good morning and good afternoon, depending upon where you are in the world. This is Table Talk Thursdays, and I am Elyse Ann Psychic, the Psychic Liaison, Bridge to the Unseen. Give me a moment here. I'm doing my normal setup. I pin a comment at the top, and there we go. All right. And let me get started on my tablet so I can track comments. Okay. Let me get it up here. Oop. Every once in a while it takes a little bit. There we go. All right. So I think there's a little bit of a delay here. So I am back. I'm so excited to be back. I'm feeling better. Um, I'm so excited to be live tonight. And again, say hello. And hi, Monica. Yes, I was just saying I am feeling better. Still got to take a little easy, but yeah, I had a full day today. So it's good. I'm feeling good. It's so funny. I had a few clients because I had to rearrange my schedule. And hi, Maria. And it's so funny because I said, I'm getting back to doing a live here, and I'm like, I feel like a whole newbie again. I'm like, I'm gonna do a live tonight. So yes, I'm doing much better. Thank you, Maria. Or excuse me, Marie. My eyesight today. I'm a little struggling. Okay, so Marie, thank you for sharing this live tonight. And let me introduce you to what we're doing this evening. And I hope you'll stay with us because it's a great live forum also. Tonight is called Table Talk Thursdays. I do it every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Arizona time. And what we do is we pick a metaphysical, inspirational, or spiritual topic, and this is where I share about that topic. I teach a little bit. You get to ask me questions about the specific topic. We share. I learn from you guys. You learn from me. You get to get some of the knowledge that I've accrued through teaching all types of workshops and also working one-on-one with clients. So, my dear, this is not mini readings. Mini readings is always on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Arizona time. Unfortunately, I was not on yesterday. I've been down and out for a few days. I am doing a lot better. So tonight is not private, not mini readings, but I'm hoping you'll stay and learn about the topic. What is our topic tonight? How does karma show up in your life? Ooh, all kinds of ways. So I'm hoping, Marie, that you will stay and share with us tonight. You can observe and just listen. A lot of people we like to share. That's where we get the ball rolling. It's not about me sitting here and talking to all of you for the hour. It's about us going back and forth and me answering your questions and so forth. So I hope you will stay, Marie. Hi, Princess Sophia and Laura and Paula. Thank you for sharing. Hello, Melissa. Good evening. Hello, Deborah. Well, welcome, everyone. And if you're new to us, also say hello. Just let us know we're here. And hopefully you'll I did message you back. Hope you're well. Oh, thank you. Okay. Um, I have to see. I'm pretty sure I got messages from you. Again, I've been down and out for a few days. I tried to keep up as much as possible, but to be honest, if I did not reply to you, Princess Sophia, I apologize. But I want to say, well, I have so many of you on here. Hello, Banks and Tommy. Hello, and Mario. I just want to say to all of you, thank you for all of your well wishes, your prayers, your love. I felt all of it. It made a difference. I have to be honest, I missed all you guys. But truth be told, I needed to take care of me, of course. And so I did a lot of sleeping, which was good. So hi Natalie, welcome. And Cassandra, hello, how are you? All right, so tonight, Table Talk Thursdays, yay! Share this out to your friends, invite your friends, invite them to my page. Do all that good stuff I always ask you to do. I'm here to help all of you. So tonight is how does karma show up in your life? And it's so interesting because Oh, Sophia, you messaged that to Angela. Okay, I was confused. You didn't, it was meant for your friend. Okay, I'm out of the loop on that. Hi, Zona. Thank you, honey. Uh, no, that's okay, Princess Sophia. No problem. You're so funny. Hi, Laura. Lori, hi. Thank you for inviting your friends. I appreciate that. All right. All right. So I have to tell you again, all those well wishes really meant a lot to me. So thank you. I'm back again and keep your eyes out because I have to see how I feel. I have to be honest. But I am hoping that tomorrow maybe I'll be able to do a psychic mini reading live. Ooh, I got to see how I feel though. To be honest, I'm not sure. I don't want to make any promises, but keep your eyes out for some notifications. I am really hoping I'll be up to doing it. So after today's been a long and full day, so I just have to see. But okay, Lori. Okay, honey, this is Table Talk Thursdays tonight. We're talking about how does karma show up in your world. It's not for the mini readings tonight, but I hope you'll stay because we do a lot of interaction. You guys get to ask me questions. Hi, Jerry. Hi, Angela. You guys get to ask me questions about the topic and we get to share experiences. And let's see here. Hi, Allison. Princess Sophia says, I've been dreaming about this topic. Well, you were the inspiration. Thank you. Marie, you look well. Thank you. I'm just excited to be back and connecting with you guys. You can tell it's where my heart lies. Okay. Thank you, Laura. I am feeling better. Thank you. Okay, I just want to make sure I've acknowledged everyone. I'm so excited everyone is here. Let me make sure. Let's see, did I miss anybody? Okay. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate that. Yes, just be well. So, yes, let's talk about karma. And it's so funny because as I kind of prep a little bit, but I didn't prep a lot for tonight. And I'm like, well, I don't know, what's going to come up. Sheshi, I'm sorry if I don't pronounce your name correctly. It is how does karma show up in your life? We're going to talk about karma tonight. And, it's very interesting because there's people look at it, Buddhism in a different way. Our American society looks at it differently. It was very interesting because I did do a little bit of looking around. I mean, I have what I teach on it, but I thought, let me just see what's out there. And it was really, really interesting. And I know, of course, the way I am going to go ahead and address it is from the spiritual aspect and I'm looking down because what I'm doing is I'm following on my tablet, I'm following the comments because it sometimes gets lost on the laptop. So, um, Deborah says, my karma shows up in blessings. What I put out comes back tenfold, always good. Awesome. Awesome. I love that. Well, let's just take a moment to talk about karma. Hi, Jen. Welcome. Karma is really what we create by our words, actions, and thoughts. Now, hello, Will. Welcome. It really is, though, about, I am feeling better, Jen. Thank you. Thank you very much. It really is about, though, intentional intentions. It's very interesting. I've taught some of this in workshops, and that was one of the biggest things that people asked. Is it what if I had no control over it? One person actually asked me, it's so funny this is coming up first, but if I was a soldier in a war, if I was supposed to go, be a soldier in a war, does that have karma? And I want to say that it does to a degree. So let's get a little deeper into that. And, again, intentions are all of it. Did he have a choice? Maybe, maybe not. But then again, he did have a choice. I mean, we all have free will, free choice, no matter what. And so, what are our intentions? We have a spiritual responsibility when it comes to our thoughts, our words, and our actions, right? So, this is where, what do we allow? What do we promote? What do we create in our lives is what it comes down to. So we have to get a balance in all of this. right? If we have thoughts that are not necessarily of the highest, a lot of us have people that maybe we have not felt the best about because of certain things they either did or didn't do. Okay. Now, we have a choice. Being the human side of us, we may wish for something to occur that maybe isn't so pleasant for that person. However, oh, Lori, I'll get to that in just a moment. Thank you. However, we can choose whether we take the higher road or if we let our personal human emotions get in the way of that. As I have evolved throughout my life, I can look at the past and say, yeah, I had my dreams of what would happen to so and so or so and so. I think we all have. However, as I have evolved and become more and more spiritual, I mean, that goes way, way back. And as I've stepped into the spiritual life more and more, I may still slip into the human side occasionally. It happens, right? I'm human. I have to accept that. We all are. You hear me say that over and over because I really think it's important that we all know we're human. But I've actually evolved to a place where before I used to just let it alone then. I got to the point where I evolved and I just let it alone. It wasn't up to me. However, the next step that I have taken is I send love and light and blessings. Why? Well, several reasons why. It's what makes me feel good, but also it takes me out of the equation. It really is a spiritual thing. It really is a spiritual, I guess, lesson, if you want to say, um, that people learn with the balancing of karma. And we'll get into that a little bit more. I want to get to a few of the comments. There's some great comments coming through, but let me just say, when I step out of it, it's not so much that I'm trying to get brownie points or anything of that sort. I mean, it does fill my heart. So in some ways, I am getting brownie points because it makes me feel good. But it's more about just knowing in the spiritual laws that I don't actually belong in the process of the karma in the sense for that other person, if that made sense. Um, so I only will create karma for myself to balance if I start thinking about, oh, this should happen to them, or I wish that would happen to them. Okay. So let me get back to that in a moment. Let me see. I have several comments here I want to get to. Well, hello, Lori. Welcome from Port St. Lucie. Welcome, welcome. So glad you're joining us. And by the way, if you're new to me, please go ahead and like and follow my Elyse Ann Psychic page. I do this weekly live, Table Talk Thursdays. There's a different topic every week. Let me know if there's a topic you want. I do mini psychic reading lives. I have one every Wednesday. I do it impromptu also, last minute ones. You'll get notifications of that. I do postings of Monday and Friday channel messages where I pull a card, all kinds of fun stuff and things you can take benefit from. And go ahead and invite your friends to my page too. I would love it. The more the merrier. All right. Lori says, I had my boyfriend and first love after we reconnected over 30 years, died by suicide. How does karma play into this? Wow, honey, I'm so sorry for your loss. You know, um, I I can't go in necessarily to the personal side of all of this. Okay, first of all, it's public forum. Second of all, it's more of a reading type question. But from a bigger standpoint, karma runs into lessons and our growth also. Okay, I've spoken before about past lives and this and the growth of the soul, our soul, and a fuller understanding and unconditional love. And so karma, it's funny because karma does play a part in that. And the way we think about karma, like Americanized, I almost want to say, maybe the rest of the world does too. I just know I'm American, so I know it the way we know it. We think of bad, good, punishment, things like that, but it's very different. It's on a spiritual level. And so I want to say that karma plays into this by balancing out whatever it was that needed to be balanced out for him and for you. I'm checking a little bit with my spirit team too. So I do get channeled messages through when I do this type of discussion every week. They're right there with me. They're my business partners and they're my team. Um, again, I'm trying not to go into like a reading because that's not what tonight's about, Lori. But it's about balancing out the energies, be it some sort of, if you will, karma that both I'm being told both you and him had to balance out. Okay. So it does. It's all part of the bigger picture, and sometimes with our human minds, it's hard to kind of wrap ourselves around. I'm telling you, I'm still learning. I'm still growing with all of it. It's fascinating to me and I love it. And so that's how I would answer that with you, or for you, sweetheart. Okay. And again, I'm so sorry for your loss. Tommy, I've learned a very hard lesson by letting my emotions get in the way. It's been a year and things are just calming down. Okay. Very good. And you know what, Tommy, what I'd say to that, sweetie? Um, yeah, lessons can be hard, but I want to say that they don't always have to be. I used to have belief that life is hard, lessons have to be hard. And I've learned that they don't necessarily have to be. But what happens, Tommy, and some of this is karma, again, it's the balancing out. What I want to say is when it comes to the lessons, it may be that you did not learn that right away. You didn't balance out the energy. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And so there was something that you needed to learn, be it karmically centered. And that's also what can happen is if we don't get it, learn the lesson the first time, we'll get other opportunities. And unfortunately, the more times it takes for us, I want to say that I feel that spirit, now these are my beliefs, okay, but I feel that spirit will kind of shove us harder and harder and harder. And if you've been on some of my lives before, I know when we talked about, I think it was past lives, one of the topics, I just remember, I say the 2x4 across the forehead, and some of that is the karmic lessons, the karma to balance it out, because energy has to be balanced. That's its natural state, is to be balanced. So from a spiritual perspective, that's what that's about. And it's not about you getting on yourself or anybody getting on yourself if you don't get it right away, or there's some karma that you get hit hard with, let's say. It's not a punishment. It's not about hurting you. It's not about revenge. It is just about the natural spiritual process of balance. Naturally, energy is balanced. So when it becomes out of balance, it needs to balance again. Okay. It's very intertwined, like I said, with the growth of our soul. All right. And well, let me look at a couple of the other comments here, and then I have some other things I'll talk about with it. Okay. Deborah says, do not judge or you will be judged. If you must judge, judge with understanding and love. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. And to me, if we step into understanding and love, I don't believe it's judgment anymore. I believe it just is, or maybe an opinion because we take out the emotions or the critical side of things, but it's true. There's a lot of religious undertones with karma too. They talk about it in different ways. I'm looking at the spiritual aspect, but yes, it threads through. That's what's very interesting with spirituality and religion too. Spirituality to me is not religion, it's just spirituality, but there's a lot of common threads. We may use different languaging, but a lot of common threads, not completely. I have my own way of looking at things, but yes, it's about, I feel it's no longer judgment though when we come from a place of love and unconditional love and understanding. So that's great. Okay. Laura asks, even thinking I hope karma takes care of them counts as a negative thought. Yes, you are absolutely correct, Laura. It's thought, words, or action. Now, I don't want anybody to sit there and, think, oh my gosh, we all have our past. We all have our less enlightened times, okay? Me included. And so, it's not about thinking, oh gosh, I'm a bad person, or oh gosh, what did I do? Oh my God. This again, it's all intertwined with the evolving of our soul. Okay. But yes, it's thought, words, or deed, and it's intentional. We all have situations where we didn't have the intent behind it to hurt someone in some way through our thoughts, words, or actions. That is different. The way I see that is different. You didn't have, I guess, malicious intent. Is a 3D world, earthly way of putting it. Okay, but it's when we have those intents, when we um, purposefully think it, say it, or do it. That's where the karma comes into play. And so let me see here. I want to go a little bit forward because I see there's a lot of comments I want to keep up. Okay, let's see here. I just want to see. Oh, Lori, that's so sweet. Thank you. I'll follow you. Great. And thanking Paula Hunt for sharing with you. Awesome. Julianne. Hello, Julianne. Welcome. Welcome. So glad you're here. You're asking if we have any messages from your guides. Tonight is a little different. I'm hoping you will stay, though. We're talking about Table Talk Thursdays, which is how does karma show up in your life? And what this is, every Thursday we pick a different topic and general spiritual, inspirational, or metaphysical topic. And I share from my teaching experience. Teach a lot of these metaphysical workshops from my experiences with my clients in my private sessions. And that's what tonight is. If you have a certain subject you'd like to know about in the future, please do so. And you get to ask me questions about those particular subjects. But the mini readings, the actual specific mini readings, I have set for weekly Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Arizona time. I did miss it this week. I was not feeling well. I'm back live tonight for the first time. I was off for a few days, needed to be. But I just want to put it out again now that some other people are here. I don't know yet. I have to see how I feel, so no promises. But I'm really anxious to hopefully do a mini reading live tomorrow, Friday. Not sure of the timing. I don't do it too early in the morning. I just have to see how I feel because today was a pretty full day. I had to reschedule clients, so I did a lot today. I had a lot of clients, and now it's live. So I don't know, but I'm hoping you will like and follow my Elyse Ann Psychic page. Make sure your notifications are set at favorites, and you will get notifications of when I go live, including tomorrow. I'm really hopeful that I can do that. So hopefully we'll see you then. But I hope you stay for tonight too. Lori, when you say balancing out, what does that mean? Well, it's just like a scale, Lori. That's the best way I know how to say it. It's a balancing out. So if the energy shifts over one way to this way, off to my right, it the scales kind of tip, right? So then naturally the energy has to pull back to the left side and it balances out the scale, so to speak. It's really interesting. It's a great question, Lori, because what's really interesting and is some of these things are questions that I love to answer, but I'm answering it from a multi-dimensional space where the languaging and the ability to come up with words and ways to explain it from the 3D world can be challenging at times. But the balancing is, it's almost like, again, I just they keep telling me, my team, when I say they, it's my spirit team here, guiding me and giving me information, is balancing of the scales. Balancing of the scales is so important because if it's with everything in life, there's two. This is not the greatest now, like, hot and cold, happy and sad. They're on opposite sides of the scale. But when we're out of balance, the scale is tipped. That means we're out of balance. So I hope that helped you a little bit with understanding it. All things must be balanced. All energies must be balanced. So if there's something that maybe we created karmically, we do have to balance the scales. Okay, which means then we will have some certain experience. Now, it doesn't mean it's tit for tat either. I'll get into that in a minute. I want to keep up with some of these great comments. All right, here. I'll go back to the tit for tat and all that in a moment. Okay. Lori, my loved one passed almost 9 months ago. I do Reiki every Wednesday, and it does help all the positive people I'm with. I'm trying to stop being angry, but I'm really struggling. I'm so sorry, Lori. So sorry for that. So sorry for your loss. Um, I wouldn't necessarily look at this as karmic. I would just really, honey, what I would say to you is, this is part of the grieving process, and you're all over the place with your grieving process, and it's okay. It's okay. And anger is one of the phases of grief. So be kind and loving to yourself, sweetheart. Okay? I'm so sorry for your loss. For your loss. Excuse me. I am struggling a little bit with talking. I was quiet for 3 days. I live alone. So I was home for 3 days. I didn't talk to anybody. Now my mouth is like, how do I do this? Okay, Julie Ann, I'm so unbalanced. Well, sweetheart, I'm not sure what you mean by that. That's more feels like, like a private or a mini reading. So hopefully you'll join us, Julianne, when I do mini readings. Or if any of you at all, I do private one-on-one sessions. I love helping my clients. We can get very deep in there in depth guidance. The mini readings are great. I love them. They're a quick hit. We cannot get too deep in there. It's not enough time, but also there's certain things that will not come up in a public forum. That's how I honor the work that I do. So if you are interested in a one-on-one session, help and guidance with any of this, anything, please go ahead and check out my website, ElyseAnnPsychic.com. You'll learn all about me. You'll learn the services I offer. I'm also a Reiki master teacher, energy healer. I do space clearing. Yes, it can be done remotely. But while you're there on the home page, please sign up to be on my email list. I do a monthly newsletter. Plus, you'll be the first to know any other times I want to announce anything, whatever it's all about. I hope you'll sign up for that. Okay, so Princess Sophia, if we have karmic lessons from a past life, why are we made to pay them back in this life? Why can't they be forgotten about in this life? Okay, good question, Princess Sophia. Again, spiritual law is everything must be balanced. Energy must always be balanced. So if we don't take care of the karma in this lifetime, it stays with us as something that does need to be balanced. Again, whether it's this lifetime or another lifetime, it's very important. And again, it's like balancing out our debts. Now, it's interesting to say it that way because I don't always believe that there's, um it's all about debts. Does somebody want to say, I don't like the words good or bad because that to me stands in judgment. Negative and positive. Yes. Um and it's so intricate. It's not like I do a good deed, I'll get a good deed back. You may, but it's going to be it's not tit for tat. It's not exactly the same. What you put out is not exactly the same what you're going to get back. It's not up to us, it's up to spirit on how that's all going to balance out. Okay, we have free will, free choice, but it cannot necessarily be forgotten. If you want it forgotten in this lifetime, then you won't balance out the karma, but there will be a lifetime that karma must be balanced. It's a spiritual law. It's spiritual law. Everything must be balanced. That's nature, that's spiritual law. And so I understand it can be very, very difficult. But I want to say if we can balance out the energy, what happens is, that's what karma is all about. It's balancing out the energy, it's taking care of that and balancing it back out. And we're given a choice. If we keep doing the same thing, that karma still builds. We don't shift, we don't change, we don't have the necessarily the enlightenment to grow our soul and to ascend even more. Okay, so it's tied into all of that. So yes, they can be, if you want to call it, forgotten in this lifetime, but there will be a balancing out in future lifetimes, a future lifetime, if not many, depending on what it specifically is. So I hope that answered that for you. Deborah says intent of heart is big in either direction for blessings or the other not so good karma. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Perfect. Yes, it's intention. It's very much intention. And like I said earlier, I don't want to come back. I'm done. Who said Francis? Francis Sophie. Yeah, I know. I think a lot of us feel like that right now. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay. So, intent of heart. Yes, that's what I was talking about. Intention is what it's all about. Is it intentional? Again, as human beings, there's certain things we may say or do that we have no intention of inflicting any kind of hurt, pain, emotional, whatever it is. Then that to me, now this is my belief system, to me, I believe that does not sit with karma because we didn't intend to. But when we have those thoughts like of revenge, or I wish this person would get this happen, or I hope that, again, it's the human side which can make it really difficult to stay out of that space. However, if you do your best to lead from your heart space as much as possible, and understanding that everybody has the right to whatever it is, as long as they are not inflicting pain on anyone else, be it emotional or physical or what have we. And we come from the space of almost live and let live, if you will. The karma, it makes it hard, almost harder for karma to show up in the sense of having to repay the debt. Now, there's the positive and the negative. That's the way I look at it. So the more we come from our heart, the more positive we accumulate. So like we may say, if you donate, let's say you donate $100 to a charity, and then one day you go in your sock drawer, I don't know, I'm just kind of coming up with a story here, and you find $100 bill in there that you didn't even remember was in there. Some people would say it's karma. Or you find money on the street. Oh, well, that's a blessing. So it's not about picking apart every little thing. Is this karma? Isn't this karma? But it's about knowing that there are again, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So what we put out comes back to us. What goes around comes around. That's where that comes from. All right. And I'm just looking at a few notes I have over here. And some people might look at it as, reap what you sow. Okay. So some of that is where that comes from. Some of those sayings or some of those ways of speaking about it. Do you think you carry karma from past lives? You mean me personally? Probably yes. But if you mean in general, Cassandra, I just have this little sense of humor. I got to use it. Yes, we do. We do. We have karma to balance out from other lifetimes. Absolutely. And we have free will, free choice, whether or not we take care of it or balance it out in this lifetime. Again, that's all mixed into our it's all mixed into our evolving of our soul. Okay. Excuse me. Evolving of our soul. Let me see here. Okay. I'm going to catch up on the comments in just a moment here. Okay. This is all about the evolving of the soul. So yes, um, let's say now it's really hard for people to think of themselves in these terms, okay? Because who you are today is not who you were in other lifetimes. Maybe you were, I know this sounds harsh, okay? But maybe you were a murderer. Maybe homicide, murder, not who you are today. When I first started bringing that up in workshops, people were like, "Oh, can't even believe that." Well, I know I couldn't believe that of myself. I know who I am in this lifetime. but we contracted every lifetime to be someone different or something, some different type of soul to learn some other um, lesson, if you will, or lessons. So, yes, that cannot go unanswered, if you will, for lack of a better way of putting it. That's part of the karmic balancing that needs to happen. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to get murdered. It doesn't mean that. Whatever way spirit feels that would that balance out the karma. Okay, maybe it would just be attempted murder. Maybe it won't be anything in this lifetime. We do also have choice. Again, it's how we contract. So it's not just a cut and dry. It's not boom, boom, boom. Next lifetime, this is what's going to happen. It's not that way. And again, it's not for us to decide the way that we see it happening. Um, there are all different ways that it can come back to us in balancing out the energy, positive and negative. All right, what scales needed to be balanced with the suicide? Well, Lori, again, as a general answer to that, sweetheart, it would be any energy really that's out of balance with it. It would be a matter of maybe looking at some past lives of yours, of his, where maybe it came into play. Um, and I know there too, it may be difficult. And this does play a little bit into the karma. It may be difficult to understand. And I know your heart is breaking, sweetheart, and I'm so sorry for your loss. And let's just look at it this way. Let's send him love and grace, because obviously whatever reason was, it was just something that his heart and soul couldn't handle this lifetime. And so it may or may not be karmic related. I don't know. Okay. But we also know that it is something that we pray for peace for that soul. And just so you know, when they go back to the other side, they will be taken care of. They're definitely nurtured back to a healthier place energetically. Okay, my dear love. So I hope that helps you. Um, am I saying if you know better and do better now, you don't create karma? Um, it has some truth in that, yes. But remember that we do also create karma in the what I consider. Now, this is again my belief system. There's the negative column and the positive column. So we do constantly create karma. It's just with which column are we in when we do that creating. But when you're looking at it from the negative, if you know better and do better, yes. I don't want to say you flat out don't create any karma, because there could be other things, but you have the opportunity to balance it out more if you finally recognize, hey, bad mouthing this people is not necessarily of the highest, and that creates karma. People will, let's say, badmouth you or whatever. Again, it's not tit for tat, but just for the sake of explaining this, um, yes, you can keep the amount of karma to a very minimum. Absolutely. Now, we are perfectly imperfect souls. Okay. Well, no, let me rephrase that. Our souls are perfect, but we are perfectly imperfect human beings. Okay. So again, it's not about getting down on ourselves. Oh, how could I have done that? This is part of our evolution of our soul, or ascension of our soul, or enlightenment. Okay. Oh, interesting, Jen. You asked that. Is there good and bad karma? There you go. I'm answering it. Okay, cool. Um, and and so um sorry, I got distracted by your second comment. Okay, so we are constantly, I feel, well, constantly, yeah, we are constantly creating karma, because it depends on where we come from. If we come from that heart center space and love and grace, that's a lot of positive karma for ourselves. If you look at it this way, and again, it's not always tit for tat. That's what I want to make sure, but it's the best, easy, the clearest way, I should say, to explain it. If we're kind to other people, more than likely, when we need the kindness, people will show up. That's a very simplistic example, but that does play with the balance of the karma. Okay. So the more you can give, the kindness, and it doesn't take a lot. It's not like give yourself, but be kind. Even a simple thank you or a smile. I mean, those are all little, they seem like almost minimal gestures, but they hold a lot of intention and a lot of energy strength in them, if that makes sense. Okay. Jen says, I must have missed the definition of karma. Karma is the energy created by any intentional thought, act, or word, basically. And karma is what creates the energy that creates from that. There we go. Okay, I hope that answered that. And you know what, Jen, and everybody, this is posted after the live is over. It's posted, so you can go back and do a replay if you want to. That would be wonderful. Okay, so let me catch up on the comments because you guys are you get okay. So okay, Will was it's very interesting. Guys, bear with me because what I have found. Okay, that um and I'm not the only one who said this, so just bear with me. What I am seeing on my tablet as comments is not matching my catch up on my laptop here. And I noticed this before, and I talked to a couple other people that do lives, and it's happening to them. Like comments disappear. It's weird, and that's why I'm trying to keep it together as much as possible. So forgive me if I missed your comment. Um, Facebook is Facebook. We work with what we have. So Will says, give a scenario. Like if you wish bad intentions to someone, how do you balance that with good intentions to that same person? Um, yes and no. Yes, we can. Again, it's not up to us necessarily to decide how we balance it, but yes, that would be a great step in a very positive direction. The balance sometimes is just that we're going to be faced with something that we have to handle or manage in regards to maybe somebody else's bad intentions towards us. Okay. So it's not necessarily, hey, just give that, have bad intentions and then give them good intentions and it balances out. And again, you can balance some of it out that way, but that's not the only way it's going to balance. But also, what is most important with balancing karma and balancing the energy is what is our intention. If we're doing it because we say, oh, I did something bad, I got to do something good, is our heart really in it? Is it the truth of where we stand? Because it's not just about thinking it out. It's really about our intentions throughout our whole soul, our whole energy, if you will. And so it's multifaceted. And that's why karma, I knew this was going to be interesting because there's not, certain things that are just cut and dry with it. There's a lot that goes into it. And again, yes, it would definitely be a step in a better direction to have good intentions. But it's also not just about that person. It's about shifting your own way of being. That's really what the opportunity is about, is shifting our way of being so that we evolve and we understand that maybe having ill intentions towards anybody is not for our highest good, is not necessarily a spiritual place to be. Okay. So let's see. Deborah says I stay balanced by doing and being around things and people I like of high vibration. Also giving myself alone and me time. That's great. That's great. That is a part of balancing. It's a little different than karma, but at the same time, you're showing. See, now this is where I would put, that's why karma is a funny word. To me, though, you are kind of creating the karma for yourself, but I would almost use a different way, than a different wording than karma. What you're doing is you're honoring yourself. You're showing you're showing spirit that you love yourself and you value yourself. And so that creates a whole nother energy around yourself, which then goes out. So it is the way of creating karma, because you're showing that energy, or you're putting that energy out to the world, which is a positive, loving energy. So that's getting put out to the universe, if you will, which creates good karma. But also, it's like attracts like, right? So you're putting good out there, if you will, positive. I like positive better than good. Positive out there, and then it comes back to you. So you are creating karma in that way. Oh, I like that. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so Angela asks, let me catch up here. I can read a little bit better on my tablet. What about when we are unbalanced and emotional and think things and lash out? Can you balance back and send love and understanding and ask forgiveness? Angela, that's a really, really good question. But what I would say is I do believe so. What about when we are unbalanced and emotional and think things and or lash out? Can you bounce back and send love and understanding and ask forgiveness? Yes, because what it's about is when you come to that awareness that I was so emotional, and wow, those were things that, I normally wouldn't, let's say, or, working towards being in more of a place of love, even when you yourself are feeling unbalanced and emotional, instead of lashing the energy outward. So again, yes, you can bounce back. It's all about evolution. Also, again, deciding that that did not feel good to you. So you are going to send love out there and ask for, the forgiveness. It's really a lot about forgiving yourself too, sweetheart. But remember, we're all human. Okay. So grace and compassion. And when we forgive ourselves, it's not so much that we're saying, oh, okay, that was great, great way of being. No, it just means, okay, I am human and this is what happens. And I recognize it, and I'm going to work to shift it so that next time that does not happen, that something different happens, that immediately I can just stop, breathe, and send love to the situation. That's something that I have been doing for quite a few years now. Because again, we all have our people, our situations. We get angry, we get upset. But I can do it sooner and sooner now. Sometimes it's an instant for me. But if I have had a thought or feeling about that, I will stop myself and say, okay, no, we need, cancel clear, really, not no, cancel clear. And then I say, I'm going to send love and angels to the people, to the situation. And that's the way I'm being told by my team, I guess, that I balance the karma out. So there you go. Yes. That was their answer to me. So I heard them loud and clear. So, and it's okay, just yes, you can. You can balance it out, but and again, though, it's not just doing it then, it's learning from that. It's growing from that, hopefully. So that next time, you're quicker to recognize it, or you don't do it at all, or whatever. Just remember, we have habits, we have certain human traits that, can kind of lash out there. So have grace and compassion for yourself with that, though, too. So, Princess Sophia, but before we come down, do we agree to play out the karma? Yes, we do. We do agree to play out the karma. But again, free will, free choice. We can change our minds. Just remember that it will be there to balance out at some point or another. Can we do enough? I am always feeling somebody asked this or somebody's about to ask. Can we do enough in this lifetime of, let's say, the positive karma to balance out that other karma? Um, Not necessarily. We might diminish the intensity of the karma we have to balance out, but it's always, you think about it scientifically, even for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So it has to kind of clear up in that way. Gosh, how do I explain this in human terms? That is, I have an analogy, but I'll throw it out there. I'm not sure how much I really like it or if it's going to make sense. It's kind of like what I'm trying to say is almost it's a really hot day, and if you throw some water, it starts raining, it'll cool things down, but it still doesn't necessarily mean it's not a hot day. Okay, that's not a bad analogy. Not the greatest, but there you go. I hope that helps. Okay, so, oh, Deborah answered Angela. Yes, I believe so. Forgiveness for yourself and the other person or situation is big. Yes. Will asks, what do you mean when we say that we contracted for this? Um, okay, well, what I mean is we have many, many lifetimes, and I invite you, um, if you're interested, private message me, and because I don't remember exactly what week. I probably should title it that, huh? That would make it so easy for people to find. Ding ding ding. Okay, we did soul contracts, where we contract, we get together with a council, I guess, for like a team, a council, before we come down and incarnate in another lifetime. And we kind of put together a whole contract of what we're, expecting to learn. People will run into situations, will experience things like that. That's what I mean by contracting. If you want, private message me and I can let you know which video posting it is. I have all my videos on my page from months back. So, but this one was about a month ago, I think. And again, Will, you can private message me because I'm not sure I made it really clear on my labelings, which is something I will do. And I'm more than willing to share that with you, and then you can listen to the live. So hope that helps you. Karma is born from reaction. Yes, action and reaction. From reaction to emotions. From reaction to emotions. Karma is born from reaction. Right. It can be. It's also not just the feelings, the words, the thoughts, but it's actions also. I think. I know. I know that, but I'm not sure if I'm understanding exactly, or if I missed a link there for you, Deborah. But I just want to make sure I add that part in case maybe it's just me not completely getting it. Karma is born from reaction to emotions. Yes, but emotions then to deed or actions sometimes too. Okay, so okay, well, great. Okay. Hi Susan, welcome. Hi Anna, I enjoy your shows. Thank you. I'm feeling better. It's been a very full day because I had to rearrange some private sessions and fit quite a few in. I don't like having to do that. I think this is the first time I've ever had to, but I am feeling better. And if you're just showing up, I just want to say I am hoping, no promises, but I'm hoping tomorrow I'll be able to do a mini reading live. I don't know. I have to see how I feel. Been a pretty full day after doing nothing for 3 days. I slept. That's all I did. My body needed it, and that's great. But I'm hoping I will. So make sure you're liking, following my page, and you're getting your notifications are set at favorites. I am hoping that I will do it because I miss you guys. I miss you guys so much. So I was really excited about being here tonight, but keep your eyes open for that. I am so hoping I can, but again, no promises, but I'm gonna really see if I can get it done. What my spirit team always tells me every morning. So Susan, feeling better. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay. So Princess Sophia says, if we don't forgive, will we have to repay that debt if it's too deep to forgive? That a is a little different. The lack of forgiveness is not necessarily completely karmic. It has some play in it, but not completely. Um, oh, here, let me see. I'm sorry. You see, again, some of the messages on my laptop are different than what I'm getting on my tablet. Let me go back up, Princess Sophia, and then I'll get to that again. Jen says, I send love to everyone. Even if someone looks at me wrong, I send them love. Absolutely. Doing your part. Brownie points. Yay. And so yes, and when you need that extra love, I'm sure people show up. Princess Sophia to Cassandra, I must have been a jerk. Yes. Princess Sophia, you make me laugh every time. Oh, you're so funny. No, don't judge yourself, sweetheart. You just contracted to go through a lot. Okay, if we don't forgive, will we have to repay that debt if it's too deep to forgive? Okay. It's a little different. Um, it's a little different. Gosh, how do I explain this? Okay. Um, okay, well, great question. Give me one moment. Um, it's not so much repaying a debt. What it's going to be, though, is you will learn in another lifetime forgiveness. You'll contract. When we're back on the other side, we're unconditional love spirits. We think we can do anything. We come here in this lifetime, and as human beings, we're like, what did I sign up for? Right? So it's a little different than karma and karmic, but it is about you will, if you cannot find it within this lifetime, to forgive, which is okay. Some things were just, some things are going to take multiple lifetimes. It just does, and it's okay. But we will be given an opportunity to learn the forgiveness because it's all about enlightening the soul and perfecting the soul. So have grace and compassion for yourself, sweetheart. Because again, and you guys have heard me say this over and over, and I can't say it enough because I'm a firm believer, and not every spiritual teacher really puts this out there, but I do. We are not only a spiritual being having a human experience, we are a human being having a spiritual experience. They're both very real to us, and we have to honor both. I say have to, why? Because I'm going to tell you, this is born from my own experience. Because I remember I used to come from a very negative background, very dark, just not good, not healthy, right? And when I started really embracing the spiritual life and learning, and coming from a very negative background, positivity was very difficult for me. And I remember hearing from a lot of spiritual teachers, positivity, you got to be positive, 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 positive. And instead of it helping me, because I came from such a negative space, nobody said to me, honor who you are now. Honor what you know now. It's okay. That's all you've known. Those are the tools that you have. And then work towards becoming more positive. All I kept hearing was be positive, be positive. You shouldn't be negative. You shouldn't this, you shouldn't be. And I used to beat myself up. And one day I was like, well, wait a minute. This is not the way to move forward. Okay. So why do I bring this up? It's a passion of mine. That's why you hear me say it so much. Because I truly believe we have to honor ourselves and have compassion and grace for ourselves as human beings. It is so, so very important. So either way, it's okay, Princess Sophia. Okay. What if I forgive? Will says, what if we forgive someone for hurting us, but choose to rid them of your life? Nothing wrong with that, sweetheart. If you choose to as long as it's under grace and in a perfect way, easily and effortlessly, no harm done. If you just choose not to have that person in your life, that's every right. You have that, and it's loving yourself more. Okay, nothing says that that person has to stay in your life. That's not what the karma is about. Okay, so yes, you have a choice not to have your boundaries and not allow someone into your space. Okay, so Princess Sophia. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna follow up with these last two. We're actually at the hour, but let me respond to these last two here. Princess Sophia, how about if I forgive myself for not being able to forgive because I don't want to come back on top? You're so cute. Keep talking it. Keep talking yourself around in circles, Princess Sophia. I hope you understand, sweetie. I love this. I'm laughing with you because you make me laugh. That's part of it is to forgive yourself. Absolutely. I know you keep saying you don't want to come back. That's the way you feel right now. It's okay. It depends. That's not up to necessarily, it is up to us, but at the same time, that's spiritually based. But yes, forgive yourself, forgive yourself, forgive yourself. That's where it starts. Because when we can forgive ourselves and let go of that, that tends to open up the grace for us to forgive the other too. Not sure you want to hear that, sweetheart. That's what came through. Much love. Okay, Melissa. Oh, Cassandra, yeah, just send them away with love. Absolutely. Melissa, is it karma in some way if you are an empath to always attract narcissists? Um, um, again, is it karmic? Let me look at this for a minute. It can have some karmic in there. Yes, there is some karmic in there, but it's not always that. Again, karma is just a piece of it. So I'm going to say, yeah, there is some karmic in that, some karma in that. Okay. Okay, Princess Sophia. Oh gosh, you guys are just going here. Okay, we'll go a few more minutes. Okay, I just love it. Okay. Princess Sophia, I've been saying what you suggest. Erase, delete, it works. Yes, cancel, clear, delete, delete, erase, delete, it all works. It's great. Okay, awesome. Jen, what if you hurt someone and that person can't forgive you, but you have awakened and have changed? Is there something you will have to still pay back? I think that's on a one-on-one basis in the sense of that's between spirit and the two of your souls. Um, but there will be a balancing out. To what extent the fact that you've awakened, you're already balancing out, you're working on the enlightenment and moving forward, and then going forward you're making different choices. Yes, but there still may be some balancing out with it. It just, again, like I said, it may not be that harsh intense. It could just be something very light. And that ties into, spirit with you think you healed, they'll give you a little lesson, maybe something like that. Not sure, but that's kind of what I'm getting. Excuse me. And that wasn't necessarily just, like for a psychic read for you. When I say that's what I'm getting, again, it just means my spirit team is here and they will channel information to me as I do these lives. So, Angela, honor ourselves as we are now. Forgive ourselves and love and give ourselves compassion. I love this and need to say it more. Absolutely. Very, very beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. We need an eject button to shoot them. No, you're going to create more karma that way. You were so funny, Princess Sophia. All right, everyone. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, it's interesting because I normally do a channeled message at the end. However, I have to be honest, I'm not necessarily feeling it. I am a little tired tonight. I'll check in with them, but let me see if they want to say anything. They might come through. Let's just see for a moment. But before I give the channel message here, if it comes through, what is next week's topic? Jen, you're always asking me that. I don't know. What would you like it to be, you guys? Come on. I'm here for you. Give me your suggestions. Let me know what you want to hear about. If things carry on, he'll won't be. I'm so sorry. Hell will be full. I don't believe in hell, but you're funny, Princess Sophia. Do you ever do a stand-up routine? All right. Okay. Give me some suggestions, you guys. What topics do you want to know about? I know what I know about. So tell me, mix it up. Tell me. It can be inspirational. It doesn't always have to be in the metaphysical. What do you want to know about? Want to know about laughter? I laugh a lot. You want to know about laughter? We can do a whole session, live on laughter. Tell me what you want to hear about. Okay. Because I'm here for you. This is my giving back to everyone. This is my way of being of service and giving. So let me know. I don't know yet, Jen. I barely got today's figured out. I woke up this morning. I'm like, okay, what are we doing tonight? So, yeah. So just let me know. Jen, I want you to know what happens when we die, when we cross back over. Okay. Okay. What goes on up there? Okay. We can look at that next week. Okay. So, excuse me. Before I go into the message, if there is one, I just want to say to each and every one of you, thank you so much for being here tonight and sharing in this. I have so much fun. I love it. I learn, I grow. I love this exchange. I want to keep doing it. I am so very blessed and honored that you're all part of my journey. Please make sure, if you haven't already, like and follow my Elyse Ann Psychic page. I'm trying to build those numbers. The more, the likes go up and the more the follows go up, the more Facebook puts me out there, the more people I can help. It really comes down to that. And that's what I'm all about. Those that have known me for a while now, I come from the heart. This is what I love to do. I can also, I work with clients one-on-one private sessions. I'm there for that. I'm there for all kinds of things. Invite your friends to like and follow my page. Let them take advantage of everything I have to offer. And fill the world with love. That's what it's all about, right? So let me see how, Cassandra, thank you. Let me see if Spirit has anything to say. I'm not positive tonight because I know I'm pretty tired, but let me just see if they want to say, I'm feeling like it's just going to be really, really, really short. And that is go walk in love, compassion, and understanding, for it'll serve you well on every level throughout all time. You are a being of unconditional love, and so it is. Just a beautiful reminder from Spirit that we all are love, unconditional love. And that's not only for others, but for ourselves. So, everyone, be well. Take good care of yourself. Hopefully, tomorrow I'll be on live and I'll see you guys there. Reach out to me if you'd like some private guidance, one-on-one sessions. Reach out to me if you have a topic you'd like me or topics you'd like me to discuss in any of these lives on Thursdays. And just reach out and say hi. And again, you guys, thank you so much for all the love and healing and blessings that you sent to me when I was not feeling well. It was so greatly appreciated and very much felt. So much love to all of you. Have a great rest of your evening, morning, or afternoon, depending upon where you are in the world. Thank you.